Hi everyone, I'm Hayley. I'm always in the craft room, and would you like to join me for a few days while I turn a Vogue 8784 into a top, not a dress? Spoiler alert, it's already finished, but I forgot to film an intro, so here we are. And it's done, and the reviews are mixed. Stay till the end, you'll see what I mean. You can see that the first thing I'm going to do when I've got this pattern laid out is deal with the cap sleeve. It's that semicircular one in the middle, and I'm going to fold out the seam allowance, draw around it, flip it in order to make a double sided cap sleeve, if that makes sense. So where I drew that yellow line down the middle, I'm going to fold that in half and press it, and then treat the whole thing as one, setting it in the armhole. Spoiler alert, I didn't actually like the sleeve and I took it off. But anyway, I had enough fabric to do it, and so I did. With the peplum here, I traced those off the actual skirt piece, and all I did was try on my original Vogue dress, you can see it here, and decide how long I wanted the peplum to come down. I decided on 10 centimetres plus a hem allowance. I'm reaching for a ruler there to work out how long it is. I made a pattern piece, and that's how I cut it out. Due to lack of fabric, I didn't have enough to cut the belt out quite as long as suggested in the pattern, but having made this before, I knew that the length that I had would be plenty long enough. However, disaster struck pretty early on when I found a hole in my fabric. Can you see it there at the top of the back piece? Yeah, I had to come up with a quick solution on the fly, and what I decided was to add a back yoke. I've got a quick 10 minutes to sew, and I didn't want to waste any of it setting up the camera, so apologies for the crazy angle, but I wanted to show you what I've done so far. So I've got both shoulder seams done, and I've got the pleats in the front on one side, but not the other. So here's the side with the pleats, and I've got my tie that goes around the waist, and then on the other side I've got the tie basted on and all the markings for my pleats. So that's the next step, is to do those. Here are the shoulder seams, and at the back I'll show you my crazy yoke. Can you see it? It's not ideal, is it? But you know what, there's already princess seams at the back. I do kind of wish I hadn't top stitched it. I don't know, I top stitched it thinking we're making a feature of it. Maybe I should top stitch the princess seams. Luckily it's the back and I won't see it when I wear it, will I? So I don't know. I'll make a decision and then hopefully just forget all about it. So yeah, I'm now gonna do the second set of front pleats, and then we'll think about the cap sleeves, armholes, side seams. I need to work out what order to do that in, because the pattern instructions are all for it to be lined and I have gone rogue. So watch this space. Okay, I've made some progress. I've done all of the front tucks, and I have basted one cap sleeve on because I want to see what it looks like with a sleeve. I'm not sure about those. So I've basted one side seam shut, no sleeve, one side seam with a cap sleeve on, and I would like to demonstrate why, when people ask me for fitting advice, sewing advice, alterations advice, I'm always like, no, that's not this channel. Because when I sewed the side seams together, one is much longer than the other. And it's exactly 5/8 longer. So it's obviously an alteration I've made incorrectly. There's the dot for, yeah, matching things. And I've got an exact 5/8 overhang. So I've done something wrong when I've altered the length of the bodice, because I have taken 4 centimetres out, allegedly back and front, but obviously not. Anyway, I can fudge it. I'm going to try this on and just see whether I'm pro sleeve or anti sleeve. And yeah, I'll bind this if I want to go sleeveless, and I would still need to bind the bottom of this because it's a literal cap sleeve. It just goes over the top. I doubled it because the instructions have you cut one main fabric, one lining, sew them together along the bottom. And I just thought, since I'm not lining it, but I do want it double in case it peaks, I just literally drew around it, flipped it, drew around it, removing the seam allowance, folded along that crease, pressed it. So it's self-lined. Right, I'll go and see what I think. Okay, I don't normally do handheld video because it makes me feel motion sick, so I'm going to try my best not to upset your tummies. But here we are. I think I'm going to have to block my face with the phone so you can see the top, which is what you're interested in anyway. Here it is. It's finished, except it's not hemmed. Now, when I measured on the dress how long I wanted it to be, I thought I wanted 10 centimetres from this seam to there, and then I added 3 centimetre hem allowance for 13. But looking at it now, I think this is perfect. I think this is just what I want. I don't want it a whole 3 centimetres shorter. I think that would be too short. But don't worry. I have a lovely rolled hem feature on my overlocker. So let's give that a go and see how we get on. Overall, very pleased with it. Here's the finished hem. I really like it. I did it in red, and yeah, I just think it's made it nice and fluted. Really pleased with that. I must say I wouldn't wear it with these trousers because that's quite bright, isn't it? But yeah, in general, I'm so pleased with this. I'll take some better footage of me modelling it so you can get a better idea. But I just wanted to show you the finished rolled hem all done. My top is finished. I'm wearing it. I'm going to stand up and show you a little bit better. So here it is with just a pair of ready to wear jeans. I'm very pleased with the roll hem. And yeah, I'll talk you through the changes I made. So obviously this is a pattern for a dress. To make it into a top, I literally just cut off the skirt portion as a peplum. I, from the seam line, added 13 centimetres, and with the rolled hem on me, that's perfect. I was estimating I'd want 10, that was not enough. So yeah, I'm very happy with the length. I also did a 1.5 centimetre square shoulder adjustment to take into account my square shoulders, and that raised the arm, the underarm as well. So that's not too low. And instead of lining it, as I said, I did the bias binding, and I have spotted, as I was pressing it this morning, one little bit that I've missed. So I'm going to go back and re-stitch that. But yeah, I love these pleats. I just think it's such lovely shaping, really elegant. I will say I'm not in love with it, and I think that is the choice of fabric really rather than pattern, because I made this pattern before and I know I love it. Something about this fabric, I don't know, it's like, it's the print and the colour rather than the weight of it. I think the fabric base is good. It's a viscose Moroccan and it's a great weight for this pattern. It's got enough body to hold the pleats, but enough drape that the peplum looks nice. Something about the print is, I don't know. Will you tell me what you think in the comments below? I'm going to stand up again. In fact, I can step back because I've got my microphone on. I think my issue is it's too formal to be casual. It's too casual for work. So it feels like it's not weekend, but it's also not office. It's confused. Do you know what I mean? Like, white jeans and a nice top should be great for a barbecue, shouldn't it? But something about it is not giving me summer barbecue vibes. Yeah. Anyway, I'm really glad that this fabric is out the stash. more than anything, to be honest, because it's been hanging around for ages. And I do think it will be a useful little top. I guess I've just got to find the right circumstances to wear it in. Maybe it would be all right for the office. I don't know. Anyway, thanks very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope to see you again soon. Bye.